Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I decided to redo my how I got pregnant video. If you guys don't know, that was one of my first videos that I did on how I got pregnant, but I deleted the video. The reason why was because I said things that I wasn't supposed to say. That was the reason why. So today I decided to do a how I got pregnant plus mukbang. Yeah, so if you guys are interested to know how I got pregnant, then keep on watching. Let me take a bite before I start. Eating Hawaiian barbecue, guys. LOL, if you guys don't know. Okay, so basically how I got pregnant, or how I found out I was pregnant. How I found out was, there's this one time that I felt really not sick, but very emotional, and it was like back to back, like, and I would literally cry for the littlest things ever. I was like, something is wrong with me, like, why am I crying just for nothing? And it came to the point where we went to go wash. We would go wash, and I felt really lazy, which is weird because I've never felt that. Like, I've never felt lazy, tired. I didn't have energy to do anything. I was like, what the hell? And I told my sister that my boobs, they would hurt, and I was like, my boobs never hurt. And she, like, obviously we didn't expect this. She was like, oh, they're growing or something, because that's what we would say if my boobs hurt. Oh, they're growing. So that's something we would say. So we thought it was something normal. That same day when we got home, I was super tired, so I laid in bed and I started crying out of nowhere once again. I was like, this is obviously not normal. Like, I'm crying for no reason. I have no reason to cry, obviously, but I think that same day I had to go work, or it was a couple of days after we had to, me and my sister, because we used to work at the same spot, at the same place, and we would go together, obviously. But I was driving to work with my sister, and I started crying out of nowhere once again, and we were like, why, like, what is happening? She's like, what is wrong? She's like, if you haven't done it or anything, you can't be pregnant. And then obviously I had to tell her there that I did something, and she was shocked, but we didn't think I was pregnant. And days go by, and then we ended up going to Universal Studios, and I was like oh, I'm gonna get my period. Oh, I was late on my period too, but I thought it was just, again, I didn't think I was pregnant, so it was kind of surprising. So we were on our way to LA, and then we got to LA. I didn't know I was pregnant, so I did go on some rides, but my baby's okay, no worries. And I thought I was gonna get my period over there, but I didn't end up getting it. And now this time I was freaking out. I was like, why haven't I got my period? My periods are regular. I was just freaking out, I don't know. And then when we came back from Universal Studios, we obviously went to work again. I was on my way to work, and I told my sister, I was like, I have to make sure that I'm not pregnant. Like, I need to buy a pregnancy test. And the reason why I told her that we had to go buy a pregnancy test was because we had Starbucks that morning, and I felt like throwing up. Like, no se me antojaba el Starbucks, and I love Starbucks, guys. So that was kind of weird, and I just told her I need to go get a pregnancy test just to make sure, you know. I'm late on my period and all that. I'm lazy and I'm crying for nothing, and me da asco Starbucks, so it was just weird. Y también, when we were in Universal Studios, we got Starbucks, y también me dio asco in the Starbucks, so that was kind of obvious. But and then that happened, and then that same day that we went to go work, we worked in the morning just because we had a party to go to in the afternoon. And so that's why we worked in the morning. And then since it was just me and my sister, because my mom, my dad, and my brother, they already had left to Madeira because that's where the party was. Me and my sister obviously stayed to work, and after work we were gonna go over there. And so when we were on our way to Madeira, we passed by Los Baños, and there was a Target there. I was like, can we stop here and get a pregnancy test? Hold on, my camera's about to die. Sorry guys, my camera died, so now it's back. So good. So I left in the part where I said that we were on our way to Los Baños, and we stopped by Target there, and I had to go buy a pregnancy test to make sure I was pregnant or I wasn't pregnant. And me and my sister felt kind of weird because sister and I have never taken a pregnancy test, so it was new to us, and we felt weird even going to this section. So when we got there, I got the pregnancy test, and then I paid, obviously. I went to the Target restrooms and took it there because I wanted to know. And I was so scared that I didn't even turn it over right away. I waited into the car, and when we got to the car, I turned it over and it said positive. I started crying, and my sister was like shocked because what are our parents gonna say, and they're gonna be disappointed and stuff like that. So later that day we got to the party, and later that day we got to the party, and just me and my sister felt so weird, and we didn't feel comfortable around our parents because we were hiding something really big from them, and we just didn't feel good around them. So like, but we tried our best to like not even bring it up that night so we could have fun and just enjoy the party. So throughout the night we were just having fun, we were dancing, and then I went in the restroom and took the second test because it came with two. So I went into the restroom and took the second test, and it came out positive. I right away texted my sister and I was like, it's positive. And something weird happened that night. So I was just sitting down, and my cousin had a dog, and she was sniffing me, guys. Like, she was sniffing my stomach, so she knew I had a baby in there. If you guys don't know, dogs do know when you're pregnant. I'm kind of scared that my parents, I thought they were gonna find out, but when we were on our way home, we did stop by Los Baños again, McDonald's, and I was gonna tell my mom. I was not gonna tell her in person, but I was gonna text her. We did go in separate cars, and I was gonna text her and tell her, but I was like, no, I'm gonna disappoint her. I'm gonna ruin the whole trip, so I'm just gonna like hold it in for a little longer. And then days go by. So the party was on a Saturday, so I think it was on a Monday when I told my mom, or on a Tuesday, because my sister forced me to. I was planning to get like the right timing to tell my mom, but my sister forced me to when getting ready for work. And she looked at me. I was in bed. I was just being lazy, and I was in bed. My sister was like, my mom has never seen you like that. Like, she's gonna say something, so just tell her. And then she my sister, she called in my mom and we told her, and she was disappointed too, and we all started crying. But I would understand my mom too, because I did disappoint her, and if I would find out that my daughter would have is pregnant or something, I would also freak out and I would start crying and I would be disappointed. So I understand my mom. And she didn't talk to me for like a month or even 2 months, because that's how disappointed she was. She was just disappointed. And finally, the day, I remember, guys, the day of Thanksgiving, we went to Modesto and my mom wasn't talking to me because she was disappointed still. And I had planned to tell my dad there, but I was just really scared. So that same night when we got home, my mom texted me and she's like, I think it's time to tell your dad. I was like, no, give me more time, I'm gonna tell him myself. She called, and we were in the room where we were getting ready to go to sleep, and she called him in, and I was just really scared to tell him. And we finally told, my mom was the one who told him, and then he got disappointed. So then the night happened and blah blah blah, and then we were just like, we would keep it to ourselves. Like, no one knew I was pregnant. No one knew. Like, they didn't have a clue. No one knew. It was just my family and I. We knew that I was pregnant, and that's it. So there was this one time we had plans to go. So this was in like Thanksgiving. In December we had plans to go to Washington to like stay in a cabana and just have fun with my other cousins. I thought I was gonna ruin the whole trip, but we actually did end up going. But throughout the way over there, guys, it was I was just sleeping, and then I would wake up and I would feel nauseous, and mind you guys, I was only nauseous. I wouldn't throw up or anything, which is weird, but I would just feel nauseous, and I would cry when I would feel like that because I hate feeling like that. And then we finally got over there, and I wasn't enjoying the trip, not because I knew I was pregnant and I wasn't able to tell my family, but just because I was just really nauseous, and that's made me not even enjoy the trip, which I regret, guys, because it's so beautiful over there. It was obviously in December, so there was a bunch of snow and it was so fun and beautiful, but I wasn't able to enjoy it, and I freaking regret it. Yeah, and then on our way home over here, I was just nauseous again, and it was just like nauseous. I wouldn't throw up or anything, but I did feel a little nauseous throughout my pregnancy. My first trimester of pregnancy, I did feel a little nauseous, but other than that, I wouldn't throw up. Just like my parents, they wouldn't talk to me like that anymore, but I don't know how to explain it, but did go a couple months without like speaking to me, and I was kind of sad because when my sister would go to work, she would since she would be the only one I would talk to, and she would be the only one that talked to me, so when my sister would go to work, I would feel lonely because no one would talk to me at home. And guys, I think I hit a little bit of depression, because let me tell you guys, this might sound nasty, but I wouldn't shower for a week. I wouldn't get off the bed for a week. I wouldn't eat for a week, and I was just crying in bed and stuff. Not because of my baby. I love my baby, guys. I freaking love her. But just the fact that I had to go through this alone, and that I am a single teen mom, and just the fact that I wasn't able to let people know that I was pregnant. I had to keep it to myself. So I think that's what got me, because I wanted one. I was gonna do this alone, not technically alone, because I did have my parents with me and I had my sister and my brother, but the fact that it was just a single mom, single parent. So one, because I was gonna do this alone, and two, because I was holding that inside me and I felt like I needed to let it go, but I wasn't able to. So yes, guys, this is a long journey, guys. It was just like tough for me, but now I have my baby and I see her, I'm just like, damn, I did this all alone with my parents and my sister and my brother's support. Like, I love my baby, guys, and I don't regret a bit. My birth experience, I did make a video on that, so if you guys are interested in watching my birth experience, go ahead and watch that. It's a couple videos down, but it's there, guys. So yes, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this how I found out I was pregnant plus a little mukbang. I know I didn't eat a lot, but I promise I was eating. And yeah, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.